Today, I will talk about a little bit about supply chains, okay? And just will be a high level of the supply chains because in detail, very deep. So just get to know what is the idea of the supply chain, okay? Could you click? Okay. First, agenda for today in the introducing myself. And second, trend of just a little bit of a trend of global economies, then going to the supply chains. Which one?
So this is to next, this to previous, previous to doing business.
Okay. And I grow up with pretty much with sports, okay? And I born in 1961. I had three sisters, and I'm a youngest. And I started swimming when I was 3 years old, which is back in 1964. In 1983, I went to university game in Edmonton, Canada. And I met Princess Diana. That was one of my privilege. If without doing swimming, I never have a chance to meet her. But right here I met, and she asked me to shake in hand, and also asked me to, is that your friend? Then I said yes, and she went and looked at the camera, then we take the pictures. So she was very nice. And through the sports, why I'm doing sports? Of course, fitness. But when you go any other country or any other place, okay, if you're doing in sports, you can get that barrier between the person or barrier between the societies, because we have a same subject, which is sports. And once I came over here to India, which is back 2.5 years ago, and we check for the triathlon club, and we found it. So we start doing that triathlon. We were doing a triathlon, but we were doing a triathlon training in Pune. And we met several Indian people. So we start getting to know how local people live in India. Otherwise, I don't know, because if I come over here, speak to you, I don't know how you guys live in out here. But if you go with some sports or some culture type of event together with them, then you will start speaking with them. So you get to know closer. So when we went to Singapore, we did same things. Then we came to Pune, we did the same thing. So our lifestyle is always the same. So only different is just a little bit different of atmospheres and cultures. So in order to adjust that, better to touch it with the local peoples. Then that's how we do. Oops. Okay, this is the number of the country I lived. Japan, Singapore, India, and the US. I lived in the US for 15 years. And this is the country I have lived, visit. So they all have different cultures, but I do same activities. So I don't have any affair going to any other countries. And okay, we are the Fujiyama company. We established the company back in 2010. Okay, my partner called Yamamoto-san. Okay, he is the tennis players, and me myself Fujimura. So we combine our name, Fujiyama. And Fujiyama is one of the beautiful mountain in Japan, and we like that name, so we named that company Fujiyama. And we like to be like a Fujiyama because Fujiyama is one of the identical and most of the Japanese love. So we like to be same things. And experience, Yamamoto-san, he founded that company in the Silicon Valley. So he have done IPO. And also me myself, I had that supply chain background since 1985. So it's over like 20 years, 30 years. And I have worked for the company called Avnet. They are a global company, world largest semiconductor distributors. They have 300 offices in 73 countries, and also they sell about 30 billion. So I learned supply chain at that company. And during those period, we had deal with all those Japanese companies, Sony, Panasonic, Toshiba, Hitachi, all those companies. Plus, we had like a global project with Apples. So I got a lot of supply chain experience from those top companies. Okay, and a little bit of background, global economy shift, shifting in a global economy powers, I will explain. Okay. The flow of the world economy, okay. What is the Asian GDP share in 1,000? Everyone knows? Whole Asia, you can guess. How many percent? You can guess. Say something. Otherwise, we cannot move. Any numbers? You can make wrong. Doesn't have to be correct. Because I didn't know until I researched this. So, any numbers? Should I point at somebody? How much? 20%? 20%? Okay. Any other? 70%? Okay. Any other? Just this is a guess, so just say something. 30%? 35%. Okay. Thank you very much for the cooperation. Okay, I will tell you later. How about that GDP share in 1950? Can you guess? You can guess, right? I can't hear you. 20%. Okay, that's very close. Okay. Back in 1000, it was 53%. So pretty huge with Asia. Okay. And after that, what is it? Industrial Revolution started, which is nearby 18th centuries. Okay, at the time, all that process had been changed. So Asian GDP share down to the 24%. 24%. And European economy went up. Share went up 47% because of the industrial revolutions. Okay. And until 1950, it were going down. But after the World War II, which is 1950, Japan and Chinese come to catching up that all those that are economy with Europe and also Asia. So by the time back to 26, almost 27%, and 2015, 31% now. Okay. Reason why that is, I will explain that because of the supply chains. Okay, and also I will give you another questions. How many Chinese company ranked Fortune Global 500 in 1995? Do you know? Anybody? 15, okay. 20? Okay. Any other? Okay. It was only 2. Okay, and now, 2015, 98. Because they became manufacturer of the world, and also that they set that high level of, a high level of that supply chain solutions management. And India is 2 right now. Remember these numbers? So 1995, after 20 years, Chinese get 98. India, 2015, 2. So by the time 2035, where India is going to go? Where? How many in India? By the time 2035, how many? Yeah, but Chinese went 98 within 20 years. Okay, anyway, I hope India will come to that close to 100 within 100. 2035. And this is that 2014, okay, Japan is world number 3 economy, China is second, US is first. And these are that are UN forecast. By 2050, China will be number 1, US will be number 2, India will be number 3. Okay, so that means you have very good chance to have closer to 500, closer, 100, top 100 company will rank in for that by that 2035. You have a very good chance. The numbers showing you will be number 3 in the world. Do you believe that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. And this is the GDP, 2019-90 through 2015 for the India. Okay. And, India. And GDP 1980 through 2005. You're pretty much following same GDP with China. So 10 years different. 10 years behind than from China. Oops. So this is the 2005 in Shanghai, and 2015 in Shanghai. So 2015 Mumbai, 2025 Mumbai, how it's going to be. So imagine how India is going to be. And after you graduate this school, you guys are going to pushing up these economies. Remember that. You are going to be a part of this economy powers, each one of you, to reach this type of atmospheres or economies. Okay, so that was a little bit of the economy trend in the globals. And now we start talking about the supply chains. Do you know who is the number one supply chain company in 2017? Anybody? Yes? I'm sorry? Moz? Okay. Any other? Any other? Yes, please.
Hamburg.
Hamburg? Okay, thank you. Any other? Supply chain, number one supply chain company in the world. Anybody? Just two people? Yes? Nice meeting with you. FedEx, okay. Yes?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Himanshu. I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Sir, it's Gati KWE. Gati.
Gatti, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other? Okay. Thank you very much for cooperation. Do you be able to see? Okay, this is the analyzed by a researching company called Gartner's. And they ranked Apple and Procter & Gamble and Amazon for masters. They're top. They're excellent with the supply chains. And underneath of that, on Liver, McDonald's, who is it? Third index. These companies are supply chain top threes. But those threes are masters. They're different levels. Okay, and okay, so just talking about the supply chain. Okay, supply chain is come through the material, components, manufacturer, retail, consumers. Okay, that is just a flow, And what you do is that you need to shake hands together with these peoples. Okay, that's why what we call supply chains. You get? Okay. Then who is the most innovative company in 2016? Who is it? Google, okay. I can't hear you. Anybody? Apple? Any other? Samsung, okay. Yes? Okay. Okay. Apple's, Google's, Tesla Motors, Microsoft, Amazon's. And the circle with the lead, okay, these people are top 25 supply chain companies. So that can tell how important is supply chains. to operate the companies. You got that? Okay. Any question right now? Am I doing okay? Yes, okay. Okay, and why supply chain matter to the business success? Okay, as you see, most of the innovation company are also good with the supply chains. And meaning of supply chain is just, anyone can read this? Someone, could you help me to read this?
The art of managing the flow of materials and products from source to user.
Okay, so you buy materials and making all the products, send that to the retailers, and user will buy the product. So these, all that line process called supply chains. Okay, that's what they're saying. Why supply chain again? Increase cash flows. It's not just about logistics. It's not just about marketing. It's not just about the process. In order to be good company or innovation company who can make a profit, cash flow is very important. And supply chain is for one of the reasons you have a supply chain is that cash flows. Okay, and let me explain about the simple supply chain. Okay, if you selling to someone directly to the consumer, you don't need to have a supply chain because you just hand it to them or send it to them. But okay, if you're getting like 2-3 items, then if you you will start needing the retailers. Then he will sell to the end users. It's very simple. Oops. Next, if you get like several retailers, then you need to have a warehouse. And you need to have a forecast. You need to have market needs. Okay, so this will make the complexity. If you're just selling directly to the customer, few items, you wouldn't need supply chains. But if you have more than 5-10 suppliers, and you need to start having, you need to have a suppliers, and you have like 4-5 retailers, you need to have a central location to send it out. And you also need to control your inventories. So you will need the forecast and market needs. When market needs means that when this product will be very peak and it's going down, something like that. Are you getting this? Yes, sir. Okay. So if you get to know forecast is that are related to the stock. Market needs, you need to have always research. So you need to start understanding the financial management. That is why I say that cash flow. That impact the cash flows. Okay. And as you see, with this, you have several players. Okay, you need to shake hand with supplier, warehouse people, retailer, also the end user. You need to shake hand with them. And international company, most of the time, like Apple, Amazon, they have a very, very slim bodies. Slim body means like very efficiency way of running the companies. Okay, But if you don't have company like a slim and also that are tied in handing together inside of the company, the blood will coming out from there here because you're not tight enough. You have to be inside of the company have to be tight enough to operate supply chain solutions. Then you can be handshake with international company, no matter how small you are, no matter how big you are. And inside of company, until you shipping out, you do have all these processes: design, trial product, technical verification, procurement, all these processes you have. But as I say, you're not shaking hand with the inside of the bodies. It will leak, take more time, take more monies. Okay, that sometimes kills you, your company, and that company might, broke down. Okay, so again, in order to have like a slim bodies, you need to know every single company structures and also process. So value chain of the company, you need to analyze. Okay, once you know all the structure of the company, then you can shake hand together with other companies because, again, Amazon have very efficiency way of the running of the company. So you can handshake with computer-wise. I, where's this? Oh, here, okay. So company like Amazon have slim bodies. So you can shake hand with the IT solutions. Okay, so with the IT solution, less mistake, efficiency way, and pretty fast. That is one of the key solutions for the supply chains. Again, so all those Apple, P&G, Amazon have very, very slim inside of the companies. So how can we the best supply chain company? How can we do? You have any idea? Any guess? Any idea? Yes, please.
It might be connectivity between different departments.
Great. Yeah, yes. That's first thing you need to do. Great. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you, sir.
Yes?
Good morning, sir. My name is Vishwanas, and my answer to your question is by being time efficient and cost efficient.
Yes. Great. Any other? Or no one has any other people has no interest? Yes.
Good morning, sir. My name is Kunal Singh.
Good morning.
And sir, maybe by reducing the incoming of raw material and delivery of product, final product.
Yes.
And means,
Cost reductions. Yes.
Cost reduction. In like bringing the proper material from proper supplier and at proper time and reducing the cost.
Great.
And same for the delivery of the final product.
Okay, great. Yes, that's one of the solution too. Yes. Thank you. Please. Customer centric. Yes, that is one of the solution. Yes, because you need to have right information from the customers.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, by making types with the different type of manufacturing companies and by providing placing warehouses in different places, and by that we can keep different type of products in that warehouse, and easily we can supply to the retailers.
What was the last sentence?
Retailers, retail stores,
Return.
retailer stores.
Return to the stores.
Yes, sir. Retail stores.
Retailer store. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yes, that's one of the solution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Morning, sir. My name is Diksha Gupta. I'm from Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. By conducting market research.
Yes, yes. Market research is important too because with the market research, you will know how much you need to orders. What is the next trend? Yes. Thank you very much. Okay.
By doing backward integration.
Yes.
By doing backward integration.
Backward
Yes,
integration.
purchasing the manufacturing, not manufacturing, where we are getting the raw material, and it will help us to reduce our transport cost. That can be a
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
That what is it? Selecting all the materials, and also that having material in your warehouse or manufacture plant, that will be very important to save time and also to save cost. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, by tapping the right market and at the right time.
Great. Yes. How you do that?
Sir, like where the raw material is cheaply available, we'll purchase the raw material from that place only, and where the demand is the highest for our product, we'll supply the product at that place only. and
Okay.
At the right time.
Okay, so what you're saying is that check the market demand and also how to purchase or how to produce the products. Great, thank you. Yeah, that is important too.
Good morning, sir. My name is Sohail Khan and I am from Indore, MP. So, to be the best company, as in supply chain, you need to be good at networking. Networking could be the most essential part because you need to understand your be in network with your customer as well as to the people you are getting the raw materials from.
Okay, okay. So networking with all those players.
Other departments.
Okay, okay. Great. Thank you. That's important. Okay. So
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Aditya. I'm from West Bengal. So we just saw that the best supply chain companies are also the most innovative companies. So every process we do, every people we manage, at every step, the slimmer the body. You said the slimmer the body, the best processes. The most innovative process, the way we handle things at every process, every juncture, can make the best supply chain company.
yes, yes, yes. So what you need to do is you always need to innovate all the process, all the thinking. That is why all those that are innovation company are keeping on the top. If you stop and thinking in innovative way, then that company goes slower or stop growing. So yes, that is very important. Yes. Okay, this will be last one.
Yes, sir. My name is Shivani Garg and I'm from Itarsi, Madhya Pradesh. And sir, apart from all these things, the coordination and the communication between all the departments and suppliers of the raw materials as well as the retailers, it should be continuous and in a flow. And the link should be there so that we can know that when we need the material, at what time, and when we have to supply the finished goods.
Great.
So coordination must be there.
Yes, yes, yes. So communication inside of the company, outside of the company, and that solve lots of problems. Because if you don't make a communication, you don't know what that person wants to have, or you don't know what supplier have in the stock right now. So communication is very important. Okay, so yeah, how can we be the best supply chain company? Operational excellence. What is the operational excellence? Okay, those that are, if you have a material manufacturer, maybe A, B, C, D, more, and parts manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and if you have this person sent to here, it's going to be all complicated. Okay, so you have to design the supply chains, and also in order to get supply chain correctly, again, you have to have operational excellence inside of the companies too. And in the supply chain, yes, logistic, all the materials, goods, sent by truck, air, ship, whatever. And information flow, this will be one of the communication tools, okay? And sometime you put RFID tags, and in the future, IoT will come more. AI will help, like in the marketing side, because you will know what's customer thinking. You will know what's customer doing through the smartphones. So you get all the informations. And time flow, which is the productivity. This will need to have operational excellence. You know exactly how you moving inside of operating inside of the companies. Okay, again, marketing department, finance department, HR department, sales, SCM, whatever department is. Okay, they don't communicate. This will be fat. And finance, it looks like a fat, but very low incomes. Okay, full of, I'm just thinking about yourself. It's expanding in your heads, but not smooth operations. So first you need to do surgery to get healthy bodies. Healthy meaning is that, surgery meaning that operational excellence, and the product, healthy body meaning that productivities. And how you're going to do it, you have to know every single process inside of this value chains. Find the cost structures. What is the cost structures? All that, this is the sales amount, and it's have a product cost. Also the front and back end office cost. If you loan from a bank, you have an interest. You also need to pay a tax and net incomes. Okay, these are included in all sales price, as you know. Oops. Okay, so again, you need to know each of department, how do they doing, okay? So this will be that example. I'm doing this right now for that one of the company. Try to find out, all that process in the details. Okay. One of the SCM department process. Okay, order process, shipment process, warehouse inward process, what did I say? System inward process, warehouse, outbound, sales return, and marketing materials return. Okay. You need to know all the process, exactly what they're doing. Okay? So give you the simple examples. When you order, first they get analyze data from product people, and also that sales range or product sales history they will check. Okay. Then check stock availabilities. Then plan order, not order yet. Plan order. Is it okay to order or not? Then send a requirement to suppliers. Then you get you receiving the quote and price negotiation, and if it's right, then you order. Okay, so just order. You don't just order like you want it. You have a check. You need to check all those processes inside of the companies. Okay. Has all the process. Same thing in the shipment, all the process, warehouse inward process. Okay, this is just for the one department process. Anyone have a question about the process? Okay, so do you learn about the process? Yes. Okay. And how you learn about the process? How you learn about the process? You learn, right? So how did you learn? Or what you learn? What you learn about the process? In a school, in a class. Hello? Nap time? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kusum Gupta, and I'm from Kolkata, West Bengal. So by working in that department, we will get to know about that department. Practical experience will.
Practical experience? Could you explain in detail a little bit more?
Well, one which is in finance will know the specific all the product line of finance, how the department is working. One who's in the marketing will know all the process of marketing in order. Everyone who's managing the team, the top level management, will know everything about that specific department. And if we are connecting to the top ones, we will get to know the exact detailing and where the product is going.
Okay. Ideally.
Yes.
Ideally.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
In the real world, okay, not many people cannot do that. So people who does, which is like Apple, Amazon, and Google's, okay, those people have a great operational systems. So that's why they can see how do they run inside of the companies. But most of the company cannot see, so they need to identify exactly how do they make in the process. And you also always need to innovate and improvement. So speaking of the innovation and also that, thank you very much. Speaking of innovation and that improvement, from here, you need to find out what do you need to find out from here. In order to make innovation and that improvement, what do you need to find out from here? Because you learn process, right, in a class. What do you need to find out to make better company? Because now you know all the process. Oh, good. That's how my company works. My company operates. What? Please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, in the previous slides, you have mentioned about inward logistics.
Okay.
Like I'm a little bit confused about the outward and the inward logistics, about what are the processes that are involved inside that. And like the warehouse inward process, like it's mentioned over here after shipment. The third one.
Yes.
Yeah, this one. So a little confused about warehouse inward process and how it converts into system inward process. I have no clue about that.
Okay. This one here, when you receive it, materials, this is the, okay, you receive that goods in your deck. Then you put into the shell. This is the process. Shells mean that you put in the stock. Okay. After, in the same time, you have to put what we have received in a warehouse. So you need to put it into the systems.
So this is the whole of the inward logistic process. I mean,
Okay.
or other
okay.
things are involved. Like I want to know that.
Yeah. This is one of the supply chain department do that process. It's all different between the companies. Okay. This is just I'm doing some support for the one of the company. Okay. And this might be a logistic, or also that this might be that product department, but they put supply chain department, and they do warehousing and also that procurement. So they call those two activities they call supply chain. Okay, so it's just a name, but my point here is, okay, each department need to show exactly what they're doing every day. Okay, when they get ordered, when they ship, when they receive, when they after they receive, they put in all the record into the system, and how you ship out, and also that when materials get returned, and when material get returned from for the marketing teams. So this is just process. Each company has a different process. Do you?
Yeah, a little
Did
bit.
I
clear.
answer your questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So my question was, what after you figured out all the process, what would be the next step to make better company? I should come this side too, because I've been there for so long time. So I can see your face better. What you do, I mean, what you're gonna do next step?
Like after. After the goods are received, one of the main process that should happen after that is how the goods are going to reach to the sellers or to the end users.
Okay. Yes, that is one of the solution. Yes.
Or whenever we are receiving the goods, to make a proper list of whatever is coming and the goods
Yes, 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 yes. That's a good point. Yes. So things like that. What? How can we better? How can make it an improvement? Okay, you need to find out. Oops. Oh, this way. So this will be the improvement point. Remember, I showed you order shipment, inbound warehouse and system, warehouse outwards, sales return, marketing. Okay, in order to make better process or improvement of this department, SCM department, we can do these things, which is need improvement system physically and stock accuracies. Okay, so you need to find out what can you improve or what type of the issue you having right now. So you need to find out, after you find out the process, you need to find out what is the issue, what is an improvement point. Got it? Okay, good. Do you know why? Yes. To make the better meaning of the better is, you say? Yes, yes, yes. Better process meaning that faster. Yes. Yes, yes. Every single company inside of the company structure has a process, and if you improve that information or the goods or the issues solving problems, anything you can make faster. So that makes better productivities. Better productivity means better cash flows.
So does it mean that operations should include people from all the best, the persons who know the marketing sector the best, the sales, the finance people? The operations should have all the people from finance.
Yes,
marketing.
yes, exactly, exactly.
So if a person is opting for finance, he can opt for operations.
Yes, okay. Good point. Very good point. Okay. So what you're saying is this head of this department need to know their operations. This person need to know their operations. Even HR, yes, they need to know. Okay. So at the end, you put in all together with the process, so you get better infrastructure. If you get a good IT system, that will be very good basement of the communication infrastructures. Yeah, so that makes efficiency. That means better productivity. So very good point. Thank you. Okay, so each department need to check issues and improvement point. Then you can make better companies. And next step, what you need to do is all the issue you need to check how long it will take. Okay, and also how much business impact benefit will given with that improvement of issues or improvement points. So you will know if you say talking about, okay, if you have a contract with a supplier for paying in an advance, okay. Paying in advance is you need to pay money before you receiving goods, okay? And if it's like 10,000 US dollars, okay, then you need to pay the money before the goods comes, and you will also, okay, then you sell the products after you receive the products. If it's like a 30 days, okay, your money is, if you put in the inside of the bank, your money on the interest, but you're already pay and you're waiting to sell those products, so you're you're not getting any monies, okay? Your cash is just like here, sleepings. And after you have received, took 30 days to sell, okay, that's 60 days. This money is still sitting here, not creating anything. Yes, you sell after the 30 days or after the 60 days, you pay the suppliers. But if you're saying your payment term is net 30 or net 60, if we say 60, 120 days, you're not getting anything. Okay? So these 120 days, if you put in a bank, you might receive some type of interest. Okay? So you need to make sure making us reduce the day of the cash flows. Okay, that gives the impact for the cash flows. So if I'm getting the net 30s and if I'm getting the payment before from my customer, then you're receiving money in advance for 60 days. Because if you say 60 days, paying in advance, you get the money, then you order, get the 30 days, and that goes to the customer, then you sell. Okay, so you receive your money before you pay for 60 days. You receiving the 60 days in advance. That's very important, and this is one of the trick with the corporate finance. This is very important with the supply chains. You got that? Yes. Okay. And whoops. Go back. Okay, so after you have find out, and next, you also need to know which activity will give an impact for where in the PLs. You need to find out this activity will give an impact for working capital, distribution cost, selling cost, something like that. You need to find out exactly. So where in the cash flow or where in the PL you're given that impact if you improve. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. So that is the supply chain. That's why we need the supply chains. Not just the logistics, not just the marketings. Supply chain is all about the corporate finance. How to get better cash flows. That's one of the main point of the supply chains. Any questions? Please.
It is mentioned over here that research and development costs are also included in cash flow. In logistics, what kind of research and developments are done?
What kind of the research?
It's written inside the slide. R&D costs.
I understand what he say, but okay. What type of the research in the logistic?
these are the total cash flow of the logistics sectors, or it's included, like each and every process is included
Okay,
over here?
It's company, inside of the company. If you are like Apple, they all have this. I'm not just talking about the logistic.
This is the total cash flow of the company.
Yes.
And in logistics, are there any kind of research and developments that are done to make the cost cheaper and much more smoother?
Yes, of course. What type of the system you bring in, what type of carrier you are trying to use, and also that this isn't like R&D, but you can negotiate with your carrier suppliers.
And so the capital deployed and cost of capital, what are the difference between these two? Like inside the cost of capital, there is cost of capital and capital deployed written into different sectors. So are there any difference between them, like written inside the cash flow?
Which one are you talking about?
Left, second. Yeah, that one. Cost of capital and capital deployed.
Yes, there is different because these will be the equity, debit, and this will be the working capital, which is like inventory cost, those type of things.
Thank you.
Okay, so, okay, one other things, yes, small detail is a very important, but at the same time, you have to, with the supply chain, you have to see broad pictures. Because you're shaking hand with all other people. Inside of the company, whole company, you're shaking hands. And also that if you go into the market, then hand to hand through the material company to consumers. Remember the first time what is the supply chains? What I explained, that's what it is, supply chain. So you always need to see whole big pictures. Don't stuck with small details. Small detail, yes, that's very important. And if you find issue, then improve to get to get better cash flows, productivities. Yeah. Any other questions? Go ahead. Oh, Mike.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Anshukota. I'm from Odisha. So, what is the job profile in supply chain management?
Job profile. Description, right? I mean JD.
Yes.
Okay. You need to know about corporate finance and also logistic and also that productions and company structures. So that's very broad. It's not easy, not easy, but you need to know all these that concept. Supply chain is more like management because you need to find out a whole company process.
Means we should be all rounder. We should know everything about it.
If you like to be a supply chain solution expertise, yes. Yes.
And basically, we have to handle cash flow as a finance.
Yeah, okay. You don't need to know that a technical, you need to know a technical term, but you don't need to know how to figure it out because finance people will do. So if I say what is the ROI, then return on investment, and this will be impact your company or blah, 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 okay? But in order to get like ROWC, ROWC is the return on working capitals, okay? And you need to know what that is, but you don't need to know how to figure out. Finance people will calculate for you. Yes.
Does that mean that supply chain management comes after a few years of experience in that particular sector or company?
Few years of yes, yes, yes.
Come after a few, like we cannot just go enter as a fresh enter supply chain management.
No, it's very hard. It's very hard. So, yeah, once you go into the company, and if they have a logistic or they might have a supply chain department, okay, yes, you can be a part of the supply chain solution, supply chain department, but you cannot be expertise in 1 day. You have to have experience, or you need to understand, like I say, corporate finance, what is a logistic, what is the what will be involved with the international shipment, that type of things.
Company with the management or marketing team, you can switch over to finance team.
You can
we switch over to finance team?
after the supply chain experience.
No, sir. Before, like if we are joining as a trainee in the management marketing field, can we shift over to finance?
Finance?
Yes.
If you study, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after having the expertise of each department, we can shift to supply chain management.
Yes, of course.
It comes after the expertise of
Yeah, okay. So what you're saying is that, yes, if you have a good experience of the manufacturers, then you go to the marketing, then you go to finance, then you could be very, very good at supply chain management expertise because you know whole package. Package means each of the departments or subject, yes. That would be very good experience to become supply chain expertise. Okay. Any other? Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Utkarsh Khandekar, and I'm from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Sir, as you told about the supply chain, overall impact, can the techniques just like Gamba and Jadoka can be implemented in the supply chain management so that there is an improvement in the process, and how it would be affected in Indian market, how it could be done? These techniques can be implemented so that the supply chain becomes more effective in India.
Okay. After the supply chain became more effective, okay, yes, there several. I mean, all depend on that who you face into. If it in the for the customer perspective, okay, if you get efficiency way of the running the company, which is using the supply chain solution technique, okay, customer can benefit better delivery date, better product maybe, better price, and better information for these products because if they get good supply chain solution technique, they get feedback of market immediately into the company, so they can announce that to the customer too. So all improvement you can have. So all depend on which perspective you are looking for, customer or inside a company or for the suppliers, because you're shaking hand with all the players. So if you get good, they get good too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kunal Sen. Sir, my question to you is, what is the link between supply chain, logistic, and production management, and what's the difference between all the three?
Okay. Production management is more related to the products, okay, and the person need to know what exactly product is, which is like if you say PC, okay, what type of the spec, what's the difference between A machine and B machines, and also that making catalog brochures or giving training for the inside sales, outside sales. Okay, that product people will do. Also the marketing people, together with the marketing people. So sometimes, most of the time, marketing with the product, marketing is underneath of the products. No, I'm sorry. Product is underneath of the marketings. And logistic is when you receive the goods, you ship it out, you check, put in a shelf, and also that after you have received, punch it in register those products inside of your computers, then shipping out, and you also registers. That is more like a logistic.
Sir, like you have given the example of PC. So can you elaborate the function of logistics, supply chain, and production manager in the whole process, like production of a PC?
Production of a PC? Okay. Okay, when you receive materials, okay, from suppliers, okay, warehouse people, which is the logistic people, will check that the parts is the correct parts, the quality is okay. Then, after they have received all those correct parts, then they might scan and put in a shelf, okay. Then manufacturer department comes, the factory comes, pick up the parts, they build, then complete product, okay, and still manufacturing people are still in hands, and they check all the qualities, it's okay, hand into the warehouse people, then they will ship it out. Okay, so product, not the product, manufacturing people gather all the parts, build, assemble, quality check, hand into the warehouse will ship. Okay, that is the process of how you shipping out the products. Okay, so logistic people, the manufacturing people, and the product, which is underneath of the marketing. Okay, what product people will do is this PC, A type, B type, C type. Okay, here's they will make a spec sheet for the customers. Okay, and they will explain those different to salespeople, your salespeople, or sometimes like retailers. Okay, they educate, they explain about the products. That would be the part of the marketings. You got it? Okay. Any other question, or do I clear your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Yes?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Pragya. I'm from Varanasi, UP. My question to you is, sir, why supply chain is treated as a very important department?
Why supply chain is important? Because that okay, let's see like Amazon. Okay, they don't manufacture anything, and what they do is they buy products and they put in a warehouse, and once they get that order, they ship. Okay, and here's the what is it? Here is the suppliers or the manufacturers, and Amazon warehouse, and retailers or customers. You shaking hand together with them, okay? And in order to have smooth operations, supply chain will need, and giving them better price, better service, and what else you get? Better price, better service, and better quality of the goods. That I explain? Okay.
So what is the difference between management chain and value chain?
Management chain and value chain. Value chain is a cost structure. I mean, value chain is that you know the Michael Porter. Michael Porter. Okay, is that a Harvard professor? I mean, not the professor, professor. Professor. Okay, he created the value chain concept to make better competitions. Okay. And management chain is how to manage inside of the companies. So that's two different.
So can you elaborate value chain?
Value chain. Okay, all these are inside of the value chains. Okay, like I say, inbound logistic, operation, outbound logistic, marketing, and sales. Okay, so PC materials come, and they check, put in a warehouse, and they need to some production people. I mean, not production. Assembly people need to put their assembly people pick up the parts, then make a complete products. Okay, then outbound logistic sell. I mean, go to the outbound logistic people will send it out to customers. Okay, so each of this will be related. Okay, this will call primary activities. Anything you do for the customer directly, okay, and support activities. Okay, in order to have better operation or better warehouse, whatever. Here's you need to design. So these people will supporting that how to design or what type of technology we going to use. Then these management people will find out together with these people. Then if you need more resource, HR people will come to design better warehouse or manufacture, something like that. Did I explain? Okay. It's okay. It's hard to understand in short minute. If you go to Wikipedia and put the value chain, and they will explain what that is. But my understanding, these people, the main activity, these people supporting, okay, these are all cost. And top on that, you put the margin. Then that will be the sales price. Okay, value chain can figure out all these, all these costs. You got it? Okay.